This is a resin model purchased on eBay, a very good quality model of itself. But of course, as usual, I need to convert it to radio control. I've not attempted something quite like this before, and it certainly involved its own unique challenges. The chassis provided, though nicely detailed, was completely thrown away, and this conversion focused around the construction of a completely new mast and forks. It's a two-stage telescopic mast with forks, and this was silver soldered out of brass channel purchased from Eileen's Emporium. Silver soldered because actually it's easier than soft soldering for a job like this, and that took some time and a little bit of tweaking to get that right. The mast, as mounted, not only of course operates vertically all the way up, but also tilts like a real forklift. And of course when you're picking something up, it makes quite a lot of difference if you can tilt the mast backwards or forwards. Another unique aspect of this particular model, because of the big hefty front tyres and the short wheelbase and the need for manoeuvrability, I decided to fit a differential to the main driving axle. I've not done this on a model before, although I have previously made a small differential. This has one fitted, and of course a differential enables one wheel to slow down and the other one to speed up as it's being driven to help it go around corners. So for a forklift, it's extremely useful. It took a little bit of fiddling to get quite right, but I did, and it works quite well, and it certainly helps manoeuvrability. The steering axle was fairly standard construction, just using one of my standard laser cut axles, and mounted on the back end with plenty of swing. So that was fairly straightforward. The mast is raised and lowered by means of what is effectively an electric linear actuator, i.e. a gear motor mounted at the bottom of the mast, driving or rather rotating what would be the cylinder of the hydraulic ram, while a stationary screw mounted to the top of the ram is forced upwards or down as the cylinder with a nut mounted in the top rotates. So it expands or contracts as it rotates, and in some of the video you can perhaps see that happening in action. A similar device, a very short linear actuator, is connected to a 6mm gear motor to tilt the mast backwards or forwards. So there's 3 gear motors on this job, and to control it we're using a Deltang RX 43, which with a little bit of programming does the job really very well. The drive motor in this is an 8mm gear motor, which is quite strong enough for these purposes. At some other stage I may post some specific details, but I hope you find this of interest. I certainly had a crazy time building it. Thank you.